What's up everybody, this is Scott with 512 Garage and I'm back with another video. Today, we're going to be installing this aFe power cold air intake in a 2005 C6 Corvette. And while this cold air intake is specific to the LS2 powered C6s, we do have cold air intakes for all models of the C5 through C7 Corvette. And as soon as the C8 cold air intakes are released, we'll have those up on the site too. Now, aFe claims a gain of 13 horsepower and 12 pound-feet of torque with this cold air intake here. And while a tune is not necessary, it's never a bad idea to get the car tuned so you can take advantage of all of that extra airflow. So we're gonna do an unboxing real quick, then we're gonna get it on the car and take it out for a spin. All this happening right here, right now, in the 512 Garage. Welcome to the 512 Garage. If you're new around here, my name is Scott and this is where I come to shoot videos, work on cars, and share my love for automobiles, especially Corvettes, with all of you. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss an episode. Now let's get this box open, see what comes inside. All right, so let's take a look at what comes inside the box. We got some packing paper. We have the aFe intake tube. Looks like we have some instructions here. Some clamps, hose, and of course, we've got the filter. All right, let's take a look at the filter here. Now this intake comes with two filter options, the dry filter and an oiled filter. We're going to be installing the dry filter on this C6. All right guys, now that the C6 is in the garage and the hood's popped, it's time to get started. First thing we need to do is get this old piece out of the way so we can install the new one. And in order to do that, we've got to remove the vacuum line as well as the MAF sensor harness. Then we take a 5/16 nut driver and loosen the clamps. Now you can go ahead and loosen all of the clamps because all of this is going to come off. These little rubber grommets hold the factory air tube into place. With those removed, you can pull this right out of the car. Say goodbye to this old factory airbox. All right, you guys, now that the stock airbox is out of the car, it's time to grab that mass airflow sensor and get it installed on the new cold air intake. So we'll just reach down here, grab the air inlet tube and work it off the end of the throttle body. All right guys, we're over here at the workbench. We have the mass airflow sensor still attached to the stock inlet tube and we're going to go ahead and carefully remove it. Now when you're reinstalling the mass airflow sensor, it's obviously important to orient it in the correct direction. And right here at the top of the sensor, you'll see it does show you the flow direction. So it's important to make sure you put it on the correct way. All right, let's open up our bag of hardware here. And we have 3 clamps. we have a new air inlet tube, and notice the difference between the two tubes here. This one is much smoother. Now, don't forget to remove this vacuum tube from the stock air inlet tube and install right here on the aFe one. Now we'll put everything back together the way it came off. We'll attach the filter and get it back in the car. All right, you guys, now we're ready to put the cold air intake back in Drew's C6. And the first thing I did was I wiped down the inside of the air box area just to clean a bunch of the surface dirt and dust away. There's no need in getting this brand new filter dirty already. Then the next step is to go ahead and slide this end, obviously, over that throttle body. We'll go ahead and tighten down the clamp. Now we had the clamp on fairly loose. That way it wouldn't impede our ability to slide the tube onto the throttle body. We'll go ahead and make sure all of our other clamps are tight. Then we can hook up the vacuum line and plug the MAF sensor back in. And that's it, guys. It's just that easy. Now, what do you say we take Drew's car on a little test drive? All right, so we're setting off in Drew's car with the new aFe cold air intake, and so far just cruising. Don't really notice much of a difference, but I can tell you the check engine light is not on. Now, I didn't expect the light to come on with a cold air intake, but you never know, and it's always a good thing when you don't see it on in the dashboard. Now let's see what this car feels like. Feels pretty good. Now, I'm not gonna beat on it too hard. Sorry guys, it's not my car. I'll let Drew do that, and then he can report back to me on how it feels. I can definitely say that throttle response feels really good. Very smooth. Yeah, pulls hard, smooth throttle. If the day was nicer, I'd have the top down because we are in a convertible, but it's a little wet. Yeah, so this feels really good. You can hear a little bit of intake noise when you're driving now. I think Drew's gonna like this. All right, you guys, that does it for another episode. Thanks for tuning in. There's so much great content on YouTube for automobiles, especially Corvettes, so any time you spend on my channel is greatly appreciated. We've got shirts and hats for sale on the site, along with a ton of other aftermarket parts and accessories for the modern Corvette. So hop on over to 512garage.com and check it out. If you have any questions about anything you saw in this video or any of my other videos, you know you can always email me, scott@team512.com. If you're not already subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss an episode. Smash the like button and leave me some comments, because you guys know I love interacting with people who love cars and Corvettes just as much as I do. And yeah, till next time. See ya.